As the ATP World Tour Asian Swing moves into its second week, the Japanese capital of Tokyo plays host to 7 of the world's top 20 for the Rakuten Japan Tennis Championships, one of 2 ATP World Tour 500 tournaments to be held in Asia this week. There are no buys for the big names at the Ariake Coliseum, so top seed and Japanese megastar Kei Nishikori took to court on day 1 for his opening match with lucky loser Donald Young. In front of members of Japanese royalty, it seemed the American hadn't read the script as he edged towards taking set 1.
He was there with a lot of time to spare, he knew what was coming, Young.
After that shock to the system, Nishikori snapped back into gear. Already a break up, the home hero was running away with the second set. And with parity restored, it wasn't long before the top seed was looking to take a chokehold of the decider.
Very tough to defend against that sort of return.
With a double break in hand, the world number 5 eventually saw off the lucky loser's threat.
At the end of the first set, Nishikori had his home fans on the edges of their seats, but now he has them on their feet.
Last year's beaten finalist Benoit Paire took on 4th seed Marin Cilic in a box office round 1 meeting. The Frenchman, struggling for form in recent weeks, was having a torrid time against the big Croat early on. After a disastrous first set, things could only get better for the beleaguered Frenchman, and in the second, some Paire flair saw the world number 37 finally get on the scoreboard.
That's just too good.
Well, you can't doubt his talent.
Paire went on to take that set, but in the decider, the world number 11 was back in the ascendancy. After an up-and-down match for both players, it was eventually Cilic who had the composure to settle this encounter.
Last year's runner-up was out, beaten by Marin Cilic, who makes it through to the second round of this year's Rakuten Japan Open.
Nobody has won more ATP 500 titles this season than Martin Klijan, and earlier in the day the Slovakian took to the Ariake Coliseum under the roof for a showdown with Portuguese number 1 João Sousa, and it was Klijan who began the brighter.
Made it.
Having taken the opener, the momentum swung in Sousa's favour in the second as he went in search of a break. These two are doubles partners this week, but there was no inch given in this encounter as Sousa raced to a commanding lead in the decider. Despite Klijan rescuing one of Sousa's 2 breaks, the world number 34 quickly regained that lead and with it took the match.
A typically spirited performance from João Sousa.
Japanese number 5, Go Soeda, was looking to make waves in front of his home crowd against former top 10 player Fernando Verdasco. And after a tight set, the home favourite was the sharper of the 2 veterans in the tiebreak. But in the second set, after an early exchange of breaks, it was Verdasco that was on the march. Soeda has never managed to win a match at his home tournament, and that stat continued to haunt the Japanese number 5 well into the decider.
Oh, he's made it. So much power from Verdasco. But that'll do it for Verdasco, who claims his first victory in Tokyo in 9 years.
Amongst the players to get their Tokyo campaign underway on day 2 will be 2nd seed Gael Monfils, as the flamboyant Frenchman looks to close in on a spot at the Barclays ATP World Tour Finals.